Hey, did you know I just spent 3 months testing 50 different texting openers? From the classic hey to the most creative pickup lines that the internet swears by. And the results? Out of 50, 49 completely failed. But one opener, just one, achieved a massive 95% reply rate. And the truth is, this method is so simple that you'll wonder why you didn't think of it earlier. In this video, I'm going to share the entire experiment and reveal the golden secret that 99% of men have no idea about. Ready? Let's go. My crazy experiment first. Let me explain what I actually did. I created 50 different texting openers, from the most Googled ones to the unique ideas shared by dating gurus. Each opener was tested with at least 20 women between the ages of 20 and 30. The rules were simple. Only text women I had never met before. Wait up to 48 hours for a reply. Record both the reply rate and the quality of the conversation. The initial results? The average reply rate was just 12%. Honestly, even worse than I expected. And here's what shocked me most. The openers that were the most popular online actually had the highest failure rates. The top 5 worst texting openers. Before I reveal the secret, let's go through the top 5 worst texting openers that you should absolutely avoid. Coming in at number 5 is, "Hey, you're so pretty," which only got a 3% reply rate because it is far too generic and shows no personality. At number 4 are pickup lines translated from English, with just a 5% reply rate, since they feel unnatural and don't really fit Vietnamese culture. Number 3 is the classic, "Hey, how are you?" sent while pretending it's a wrong number, which had a 7% reply rate but failed because the trick is too old and everyone already knows it. The second worst opener is giving over-the-top compliments about appearance, which only resulted in a 2% reply rate and often came across as disrespectful. Finally, taking the number 1 spot for the worst opener is simply saying hi or hello, which had the lowest reply rate at just 1% because it leaves no impression at all. The almost good approaches. After removing the worst openers, I did find a few that worked a little better. One was asking about hobbies mentioned in her bio, which had a 35% reply rate. This approach shows genuine interest, but it only works if her profile actually has enough information to build on. Another method was commenting smartly on one of her photos, which earned a 42% reply rate. While it feels personalized, the downside is that it can sometimes be misinterpreted as a little too thirsty. The third approach was sharing a common interest, which performed the best among these with a 48% reply rate. It feels natural and creates an instant connection, but the challenge is that finding a real and authentic commonality isn't always easy. But here's the catch. All of these approaches focused on impressing her instead of creating a real conversation. And that's why opener number 50 became a game changer. If this video is already helping you understand the art of texting better, make sure to hit the like button to support me. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next dating hacks. Now, let's dive into opener number 50. The 50th opener. The golden secret, 95% success. After 49 failed attempts, I decided to try one last method, and it completely changed the game. The formula for the perfect opener is simple yet powerful. I noticed something specific about her, plus an open-ended question about her experience. For example, you could say, "I saw your photo in New York City. Do you know any beautiful cafes there that aren't crowded?" Or, "I noticed you like reading. Can you recommend a good book for the weekend?" Another great option would be, "I saw you have a picture with your dog. How long have you had him? I'm thinking of adopting a pet myself." This works so well because it shows genuine interest without focusing only on appearance. It creates a valuable conversation instead of empty small talk. It positions her as the expert, and people love to share. And most importantly, it feels natural and pressure-free. The step-by-step formula. Here's the step-by-step formula you can use to make your opener stand out. Step 1 is to observe carefully. Look through 5 to 10 recent photos, read the bio, and pick out something specific and positive that you can reference. Step 2 is to focus on experience, not appearance, by asking about activities, hobbies, or places instead of commenting on looks. Step 3 is to ask an open-ended question that invites her opinion, advice, or personal insight. Finally, step 4 is to check before sending. Can she answer easily? Does it show genuine interest? And most importantly, can it naturally lead to more conversation? If the answer is yes, then you've got the perfect opener. Common mistakes to avoid. Even with the formula, many people still make common mistakes. One of the biggest is asking too many things in a single message instead of sticking to one clear topic. Another is pretending to care about something they don't, which always comes across as fake. Authenticity is key. Some also make the error of writing a long essay before finally asking their question, when it's far more effective to keep it short and natural. And finally, one of the worst mistakes is copy-pasting the same message to everyone, because women can instantly sense a lack of personalization. Every text should feel tailored and genuine. Advanced variations for special situations. There are also advanced variations you can use for special situations. If her profile doesn't have much information, you can pick up on a small detail and say something like, "I noticed you're into small detail. Can you recommend something related to it?" If you happen to share a common interest, you might say, "Hey, I also love shared interest. Do you have any tips or experiences?" And if you want to spark curiosity, try, "I'm exploring topic related to her. Do you have any experience with it?" One pro tip here: no matter which variation you use, always end with a question mark and leave room for the conversation to naturally continue. The follow-up plan. Getting a reply is only step one. Here's how to keep the conversation alive. For your second text, thank her for replying. Share a short detail about yourself and ask a natural follow-up question. In texts 3 through 5, focus on building rapport by sharing your own experiences, finding more common ground, and creating light, fun moments together. After about a week, if the conversation has been going well, you can suggest meeting up, ideally at a place connected to something you've already talked about, so it feels natural and meaningful. So, after 3 months of research and testing, I finally found the formula for the perfect texting opener. Remember, don't try to impress, create value in the conversation. Now I want to ask you, will you try this method today or keep using the old "hey" and "hello"? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss my dating tips. And here's a teaser. In the next video, I'll explain why long texts actually make you lose points with your crush, a mistake 90% of men make without realizing it. See you there.